Hello guys, welcome to HRL Season 5, round number 11. We got Detail and Fake Deal D on the front row here for Dillion GP. You're going to have Luke and Ump on the next row. Third row we're going to have Vulcan and Roman, 5th and 6th. Then 7th and 8th, we're going to have Hunter and Fireball. By the way, you'll notice that this field is pretty full. And we had enough drivers to do an LCQ at the beginning of the night, but unfortunately, basically some stuff got cheesed. We could have had 16 drivers, but unfortunate circumstance with Commando Pack. He probably could have been the 16th, but drivers just leaving at bad times. So unfortunately, we had to start the race with 15. Anyways, here we go. Green flag for the 11th round of this season, which it feels crazy to say. The season's actually very close to being over. A lot of contact through the first section. You're always going to see that through the poles. I think that's what I'm going to call it, dude. I'm going to call it the poles, dude. And looks like we got like a 3 wide. It looked like we had a 3 wide for a second in the Ned Camber. Couple 2 wides, couple battles. A lot of battles going on in the back. It looks like the front got settled out pretty quickly, but the back has people duking it out all over the place, and that's probably going to last this entire race. Dillion, honestly, a pretty competitive GP. You're going to see a lot of drivers with good battles here. It's not like I would still say Mirabilis is probably the most, like, it probably has the biggest skill gap out of any GP, but I think this track might be up there now. Definitely some tough corners to take, and you know, it borrows some corners from Mirabilis, so it makes sense that it would also be difficult. Specifically, I'm talking about the Ned Camber. You can tell that the Ned Camber is very similar to the Mirabilis Ned Camber, possibly even cleaner. Going through the poles again. As you can see, like I said, a lot of drivers right on top of each other. And yeah, these battles are going to go on throughout the entire race. You can just trust me on that. Looks like we have Detail in the lead currently with Fake Deal coming up behind him in second. Oh, Fake Deal with a pretty good run right there. Not able to get on his inside though. Looks like we got Roman passing Vulcan right there. I think that was for 6th. And we got Fireball in front of him in 5th. Little 3 wide battle right there. Who we got? I think that was Hunter, Justice, and someone else. Possibly Opix. Thinking it was probably Opix. Close lead battle here, though. These guys made it pretty close in the semi and in their heat. Oh, Detail gets loose. This could be an opportunity for Fake Deal, and Fake Deal honestly has a really good run around the middle of that corner, even like a little bit on the berm, and is able to take the lead. That was amazing. Don't really see that work out too much for drivers going high there, but he actually made it work, and he's going to take the lead. So Fake Deal making a great debut here. Showing up, trying to show off a little bit, probably. I mean, it's his debut race. He's got something to prove, so trying to show his skill a little bit. That's Fireball right there working on Ump for podium position. Fireball going to dive to the inside, and he's just going to get right in there and take that spot for 3rd place. Go through the NASCAR corner. It looks like this is typically what happens in these races. There tends to be 2 separate packs. I mean, we see that a lot. Like we genuinely see that like almost every other race where the drivers will basically split into 2 different packs. You'll have a front pack of like, let's say 7 people, and then you'll have a back pack of about 7 people, and it just lasts that way for a long portion of the race until drivers start to get separated. But we definitely do see that. We see that all the time, honestly. It always separates into 2 packs. Oh, Hunter getting a little loose there. That was dangerous. Definitely going to affect Justice a little bit. I think that was the driver that got that 2-wheel and ended up losing a spot. And yeah, you can see, look at the huge gap that the top 6, top 7. Let's see if I can get a look here. Yeah, top 7 here. So it was 7 and 7 actually. Well, that works out quite nicely. It's actually 7 and 8 because we have 15 drivers here. But yeah, you get this little top 7 pack. Roman trying to make the move on Vulcan, and Vulcan, I think he was just worried right there about, like, he probably could have fought back, but I think Vulcan was worried about getting put into the pole. So you could see him. You could definitely see him let off just a little bit. And let Roman have that spot and just regroup. And I think that's why I think Vulcan just did not want to get, like, he's in a good points position right now. He's ahead of people that he needs to be ahead of, if that makes sense, in points. So I think he was like, all right, I'm just gonna play it safe. You know, I got a huge gap. No reason to really risk it here. could gain more positions anyways. If he stays clean, he could honestly gain a couple more positions by letting that spot go early on. So probably a smart decision out of Vulcan there. And speaking of Vulcan, I'll be able to bring the recaps back very soon. Probably this week I'll be able to bring the recaps back, and I'm very excited for that because I've wanted to talk about points a lot this season, and it's kind of nice that we'll have a chance to talk about it soon in a new recap video, which will go back to the week by week format. And I just want to say I didn't like cancel recaps or anything. It's just that with my equipment and the whole catch up style of videos with this season, it didn't really make sense for me to do recaps until I got everything caught up. And then when I got everything caught up, it still didn't make sense because when I was caught up, like everybody, why would I do a recap for like the second week of the season when we're on like the 11th week? You know, it just doesn't make sense. Luke's gonna make the pass there on Ump, and that's gonna put him into 4th. And Roman right behind Ump as well in 5th, still trying to work on that spot. Sorry if I said Roman in 5th, I meant Ump in 5th. And Roman's trying to work in his way into 5th, and Roman, that'd definitely be a big spot for him. Still fighting for that championship, so any position he can track down here is definitely a big position to gain. Like literally every point counts, so you want to go for as much as possible. And I'm definitely gonna check right now. Yeah, there was just no reason. From what I'm looking at, yeah, there was just no reason at all to do the recaps with how far behind I was. There's just no reason to do it. So now that we're caught up, we're actually caught up as you guys are viewing this. The first week of this season. The season's been going on for 2 months, and it's the first week that we're caught up. So I'm excited for that. Oh, we have a tight battle right there between Fake Deal and Detail. That actually got a little scary probably for Fake Deal. Detail had a nice run on the outside for him, but not able to make the pass, not able to make the move either. So gonna be that battle in the lead is gonna persist. Close battle. We're gonna go on board with Roman now and see if he can take over this 5th place position. Three minutes left remaining in this moto, so not much time left. Definitely on the latter half of the moto, but you know, plenty of time for Roman to make this pass. I mean, he's right behind him. He's got 3 minutes plus 2 laps to work with. That's plenty of time. Although Roman, I'm sure he's going to be trying to get by him as fast as possible, because if he can get by Ump pretty fast here, he has a chance of catching up to those other guys. And it looks like he's got a good run right here. He's just going to have to fight for it. And it looks like Ump's just going to let him go by, and Roman's going to take that position. Possibly a little fight back to the inside, but Roman's just going to hold that rumble strip and not really allow anything to happen there. So good pass there out of Roman. That's going to put him into the top 5 position, which is big for him. He needs as many top 5s as possible. So definitely a good situation for him to be in. Oh, and I should probably mention who won the heats. Well, you could tell by the semi-starting order, but I don't know if I don't know if everybody that watches these knows how that works. So I'm just going to say it right now. The winner of each heat was Detail won the first heat and Fireball won the second heat. And the semis are ordered by the finish of the heats. So like top 4 drivers in the order that they finish from heat 1 will start on the inside of the semi, and then top 4 heat 2 will start on the outside of the semi in order. So that's how that system works. So because I don't have the heats for this race, you'll be able to see that, or you'll be able to know that they won. And then for Barvo, you'll be able to tell who won. I'll try to remind the viewers as well when we get to that. But by starting order, you'll be able to tell who won the heats, which is important. I'll get into that in the recap. Bonus points with those heat wins, always important. I think they're a little undervalued, to be honest, with how important they really are. I mean, they can even win you overalls in some cases, so that could, you know, that one bonus point could stack you another bonus point if it wins you an overall, so just very important. 1 minute left, and Fireball's actually done a great job. He's really been catching up to these guys, got by Ump early, and has just been making gains. He is right there on their bumpers. Makes a little mistake there, but it wasn't too bad. Looks like he should still be pretty close behind. And Detail is honestly right in the back of Fake Deal as well, so things are really starting to get tight up here in the front. We might see some battles go down. The craziest thing is probably Fireball's little regain, which Fireball, speaking of which, still does not have a Moto win this season. We're almost through the entire season, and he still doesn't have a Moto win. He does have an overall, but still hasn't crossed the line in first. So definitely a long time coming. I'm 100% predicting that he will get one by the end of the season. I mean, I think it's pretty much no doubt. There's the question really is, when is it going to happen? So not if it'll happen. It's going to be when and where. Fireball trying his absolute hardest to work his way into this battle, just can't quite do it. Yeah, we're going to hit the 3 laps to go marker here. And it looks like Luke's gained a lot too, so we might see a good top 4 battle here. Fireball and Luke both had to pass Ump, and both have made like tremendous gains ever since they got by. But the question is, do they have enough time? I mean, they've caught the front guys, but just not enough time remaining unless they can make some crazy moves. Which you know Fireball's going to be trying to do. I mean, if he can get a Moto win here, he's going to take it. But again, like 2.5 laps remaining. It's going to take some magic for him to work his way by these guys and get in the lead. I mean, that would be very impressive if he was able to pull it off. Going through the double chicanes. And it looks like it's separated into 2 packs here. Fireball's fallen off of the top 2 a little bit. And now it's going to be Luke and Fireball and Fake Deal and Detail. Going into 2 laps to go, I believe. Yes, it is. 2 laps remaining here at Dillion GP. I wonder if those guys, if that, I mean, I'm assuming it's a family, that's a pretty big house. I wonder if the people living in that house, if they enjoy having this racetrack right next to their home. Like, wouldn't that kind of piss you off a bit? The noise of these gooses has got to be, I mean, they got to be complaining about that. Look at Detail, though, making big moves, going on the inside of Fake Deal, and it looks like Detail is going to take the lead with 2 to go at Dillion, and that's huge. You can tell Fake Deal's obviously not going to let it happen that easy. He's going to try to fight back, and he's going to try to get this lead back because he took the lead, I'm pretty sure, with you know, like 2 laps in. And now losing the lead with 2 laps to go, I mean, that really sucks. You know he's going to be fighting for this. Honestly, both of these drivers could use the win with their point situations, but it doesn't really matter for either of them, right? They're not thinking about each other. They're thinking about their season, and whichever one wants this win the most is going to get it. And that, I mean, final lap here, white flag. What we just saw at a Fake Deal is pretty much what's happened with his entire season, you know. Or sorry, not, it's analogous to what happened with Real Deal's entire season, my bad. Because his entire season has been plagued by, like, either 2 laps to go or white flag lap position losses. He has lost so many. I wish we had a stat on it because I would actually love to have that stat. He's probably, just off of what I've seen, lost the most positions out of any driver on the last lap or last 2 laps of motos this season. It's actually ridiculous, and this could be really disappointing for him if he loses out on another moto win here. But it could be big for his teammate Detail in the lead because obviously he's competing for that championship as well. And if he gets this moto win, that puts him over as most moto wins on the season yet again. So definitely huge. And it looks like, I mean, Fake Deal, he's not going to make it work. You see that dive, he tried, but it's just not going to happen. Detail's going to take the moto win. Fake Deal is going to take 2nd. Fireball's going to hold on to 3rd. And Luke's going to take 4th with Roman rallying in 5th. Then we'll go through, you know, a lot of people going to come across the line. The gaps got really huge towards the end there. But yeah, that's a big win there for Detail, but also it's a big loss for Fake Deal. I mean, he really could have used that win, but of course there's a 2nd moto. Can always look forward to that. Maybe he could eke out the overall. There's always more to look forward to. Pretty soon we're going to have the results scrolling up on screen here as well so you guys can see the finishing order. Looks like we had, what did we have? Ump and Vulcan ended up finishing that 6th and 7th place spot. Some fast drivers on the second half of the field, so that's pretty much how it went. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that moto. I thought it was really fun track. Definitely looking forward to the second one. Don't miss out on it. See you then.